So we do solve this linked list for this one. I believe it's for the iterative per se. So yeah, without further ado, we do start establishing stuff quickly. So the spells we're using today, it's a linked list. Obvious, you're gonna argue that you can use brute force to fight against it. For condition, there's always the after conditions, and then there's the before condition. So yeah, so we're new to this topic. Obvious, we're gonna do play out first to draw inspirations. So let's do a play out series. So what they actually try to do in the grand scheme of things is that you have 1, 2, 3, and that at the start is pointing forward, but at the end of the day you want to point towards the reverse, as the name suggests. So you want point backwards, point backwards, point backwards. So that is the grand scheme of things. So one thing that to actually highlight is that as we move along, we're gonna figure some stuff out. So let's just go. So obvious, at the very start, you have a no. Towards the ends after the before and the after of the start of the notes. So a no here and a no here, and obvious, you have this 1, 2, 3, and at the start it's pointing forward. So even the no is also pointing forward. Okay, so now let's go on. So now I want to establish my previous at no, and the current to be at the first node. So that's the first step. So this technique, we call it basically the 2 pointers per se for us, because here's the thing. The property of like linked list, if you want to activate our action verb, one of the criteria to actually activate action verb per se is that you need to have like a current pointer. So if you want to action verb 1, your current your pointer must be you must have like a reference pointer that's pointing towards here. If you want to action verb this one, you need to have like a reference point for this one. And I just feel that not only to action verb per se, where you change the arrows, but it's also to do with saying that you want to establish maybe say the head. You also do need the reference pointer per se. So at the end, if you say you want to establish this as a head of the nodes, you have to have like a reference pointer that is pointing towards this one. Then you can actually say that, okay, I want you to do this for me. Yeah. So obvious, I think they started out putting 1 at the previous, one at the no, and 1 at the current, because at the end of the day, if you want to action verb towards, I just believe that you need to action, you need to reference pointer towards the no. It's saying that we talk about action verb, right? So I believe this is like a link item. One more additional item is that you want to action verb the result to be at where. So maybe I'll term this as like this is like the current node, and this is like the result node. So I want to point this towards this. When you want to do an action verb, you need the current node and you need the result node. And for this case, this is like the results, this is the current. So that's why you need 2 pointers to be pointing at the same time. So with that said, let's play it out. Okay, now I say I want to switch the pointer towards the reverse direction. I have the reference pointer pointing towards here, and then I can straight away say that, okay, it's time to point towards here this time around. I do that, and obviously, when you say that you want to action verb towards here, your action verb towards here will be sort of like be cancelled out. So before you actually do this step, you actually want to actually establish like a temporary node for 2, because you want to come to here later. So maybe for this is for stage A, for operation A is that your 1 is connected to the null, but this is like your first stage. Your second stage is that your this time around your 2 want to connect to your 1. You can't go to second stage if you don't have like any way to bridge for you to get into the thing. So another property of the limitation per se is this, that you got to have some form of like bridging to your nodes for you. So basically what this talking about is basically you need to be able to actually come to access towards the second nodes. If say you cancel, if say you straight, let's just say you action verb towards here, there's no way you can actually come to here. At the start, yes. At the start, your action verb is towards here. Sure, you can come to here. But after you action verb towards here, your this one is being cancelled out, and you can't bridge towards here anymore. So that is bad news. So before that, you sort of to actually counter the A operation, you need say like a B operation. That means you say that, okay, I'm gonna establish a temporary for the second nodes, so that later on you can actually have some form of like bridging. You're setting up for a bridging per se. Setting up for the bridging, you establish this temporary nodes to set up the bridging so that you can do later. Okay, so coming to here again, we set up this one first, set up the temporary. So we set up a temporary, and then we action verb over here. Action verb over here, done deal, right? So now what we do, shift our current pointer towards here, basically shift off our 2 pointers 1 step forward. So obvious this is gonna get cancelled out. Previous node's gonna come to here. So now we're here. Obviously we want to do the same thing, rinse and repeat per se. Set up the temporary over here, action verb to over here. Wait, action verb over here, this is gonna get cancelled out. Fine. Move all the 2 pointers forward again. Current pointer over here, previous pointer over here. This is gonna get cancelled out. This is gonna get cancelled out. I believe this is also gonna get cancelled out. Fine. I don't think that we need to actually establish this temporary node, because no matter what, we can actually point towards the node. That's what I believe. So don't need a temporary value. Straight away, action verb towards the back. And put our move forward our 2 pointers again. Current to be over here, previous pointer to be over here. Cancel out. This one towards the node. This to the previous. One observation as I play out, I just feel that this node is just one vast empty space. So this is equivalent to this. It just has no direction. Yes, it's just a mess of an item. When you got nothing to do, you point towards a node. That's what I see right now from my observational point of view. I don't know how to call it, but it is what it is. But obviously, we did everything. Everything's done. And one important thing for property for linked list at least is that you need to have like a establish a head per se, right? You need to know where is it. You need to have like a reference point to it, because that's how you actually sort of activate to your system. So it's very important for you to have a reference pointer to be over here. And coincidentally enough, at the end of all the phases, our previous pointer is still pointing towards at the head of our whole linked list. So we can straight away just use this to activate our head. So it's fine. So yeah, this one is for the play out series. Very beautifully done. And of this, there's not much of us talking about brute force per se, but if there's one thing to actually argue is that, okay, sure, you got a 1, you action verb over without establishing 2. You figure that you can't actually bridge towards the second node at all, and then you can't continue the problem. I believe this is a huge mess up based on brute force. So what you got to do, set up the temporary before you action verb. So you set up the temporary, action verb over. Now you still have like somewhere to actually bridge towards to bring the 2 pointers forward. You can continue with your results. Done deal. So with that, yep, everything comes to an end.